Hey world, hey brothers and sisters, what happened on Saturday? Happy Easter, everybody. You know, we talk about the cross on Friday and we talk about the resurrection on Sunday, but what happened on Saturday? What was going on Saturday? You know, I read a couple things over the weekend as I was contemplating in between the cross and the resurrection of what was going on Saturday. And there was some suffering going on Saturday, wasn't there? Whether it was the Lord suffering, taking our sin, or whether it was we as we suffer as we go through life, going from the pain to the peace. You know, in my reading Saturday, you know, Isaiah was one of the first things that I read yesterday. And out of Isaiah 53, it says, "But he was pierced for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed." So he was crushed for our iniquities, and the punish that was brought upon him brought us peace. Think about that for a minute. In the Serenity Prayer, the long version of the Serenity Prayer, has a line in there that accepts, we living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardships as the pathway to peace, taking as he did this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting he will make all things right if I surrender to his will, that I may be supremely happy in this life, that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with him forever in the next. So Isaiah tells us that Jesus went through everything, and through that we had peace. Serenity Prayer tells us that hardships are the pathway to peace. And I got one other dude who's pretty famous too, who kind of says the same message. You guys can try to guess who this is, but this is what he says. Life ain't all sunshine and rainbows. The world is a mean and nasty place, and it'll beat you down to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. But that ain't what life is about. Life ain't about how hard you can hit. Life's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. So Rocky tells his son that. He's telling his son that you're going to have to go through some tough times. You're going to have to take the hits, but then you're going to have to get up and move forward and keep fighting. So throughout life, throughout scripture, throughout the Serenity Prayer, everybody's telling us we're going to have to go through tough times to get to the other side of peace. And that's what Saturday was a lot. I thought about a lot of what Jesus went through and what we all go through at different times during our lives as we have, something bad happens and then we kind of got to go through the muck. But when we can work through the tough times, God finds a way to put us on solid ground. So as you guys are going through struggles with your family, with your friends, with what's going on in the world, because we all know that the world's crazy. When you take a traditional holiday like Easter and you got these yahoos at the White House having Transgender Day instead, that's really all you need to know if you really want to look at what's going on. You look at our border, you can see what's going on. You can look at what they're doing in the schools with the kids and what they're trying to teach them. You can look at our First Amendment and the fact that they're trying to take away freedom of speech and they're censoring everybody. So we know the world's nuts, more than it ever has been. Maybe it's always been nuts, we're just seeing it more now. But we know it's crazy. So we know it's not sunshine and rainbows. We know it's a nasty place that'll beat us down to our knees if we let it, and it'll keep us there permanently. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. What we've got to do, in my opinion, is to get centered and get grounded and get connected with God and take care of our mind, body, and spirit, and be at peace with God, so we can then be at better peace with ourselves. We can then be at better peace with other people. We all need to come together, guys. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to take care of our mind, body, and spirit, get our hearts right with God, with ourselves, so that we can have our hearts right with others, so that we, as we are going through this tough time, as we're going through all these things, we know that peace is on the other side, and we know that God's going to provide us that pathway to peace. So just get close with him, spend time with him, and ask him to guide you and lead you in these crazy times and show you how to take the light and the love that he gives you freely, nurture it, nourish it, have it grow inside you, and then freely give it away and share it with others. God, thank you for all that was done for us during this time thousands of years ago. Thank you for so much, for loving us so much that you sent your son to die for us, to take the punishment and the pain for our sin and our iniquity. But thank you for the peace that you promise us on the other side, and the fact that you want your kingdom to come here on earth, Lord. So use me and all my family and friends and everybody out there to help you make that come true. Lord, fill me with peace, love, and compassion. Lord, fill my family and friends with peace, love, and compassion. Lord, fill all the earth and all of humanity with peace, love, and compassion. God bless the world. God bless America. Peace officers out.